Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got our digital world kind of playmat, our Skull Marimon statue, and this is a deck that I built forever ago for this channel actually, back when the starter deck 5 came out. Like that one didn't have really any good win condition to it, and so I built one that used Machine Digimon where I was going over similar rules for how to build a structure deck with this. Like I could only use certain amounts, and they're all helping us today because a while back when we opened up Cyber Eden, we pulled the alt art Jimmy Ken, and I was like, I want to build a deck with him because it's an alt art. Like I want to show it off. I want to put it in a deck, and I started going through the cards trying to build the deck, and what happened was I couldn't find. Like I only had 2 Jimmy Kens, and I couldn't find any Boltzmann. And I was like, what's going on? I pulled essentially 3 boxes. I shouldn't be missing these cards. I know I'm not missing a single copy of Boltzmann. That's crazy. And I looked at it again, and I'm like, oh, those are both uncommons. And I thought, let's do something like we did with this deck, that again, I built forever ago. And let's build a deck with him with some constraints around it, because I could easily build a CS deck and just called it there, uploaded it, mostly Flame, throw in some other CS and some other option cards from previous sets, been done. Instead, what I did was I gave myself some restrictions, just like with this one, where with this one, it was I can only use so many rares, super rares, etc., etc. With this one, I decided I'm not going to use any promo cards. I'm not going to use any secret rares. I'm not going to use any super rares. And in fact, I'm not going to use any rares. I'm only allowed to use commons and uncommons. I wanted to build a deck where if you are on just like a very strict budget and you find a shop where they've got a good selection of bulk Digimon cards, you could build this deck and it could work. Again, not going to be the best, but it could go in locals and you could just have some fun with it. That was what I was going for. So, again, only commons and uncommons are in this deck. Everything else is not allowed. I have a list off to my side which shows the prices of the cards and like the total cost of the deck, as well as I will say that this is a Pauper deck, but any alt arts that I had, I'm throwing in there. I will tell their price separately, as well as the original price of the card. But just, I have to flare up the deck a bit. Again, what's the point of pulling that alt art Jimmy Ken if I'm not going to put him in the deck because he costs more? But everything in this deck is commons and uncommons. I'm kind of rambling, so let's get right into it. Starting off, we are going to look at the Digieggs, like we always do. And I had a hard time trying to figure out which ones to use, and so I went with a 3-2 spread. We're going with 3 copies of the Demi Marimon. 2 of them are the box topper, 1 of them is the card fest. And these have the inherited effect of when attacking, when this Digimon attacks a player, it gets plus 1000 DP for the turn. There was a bunch of different red ones. All of them kind of give buffs for different reasons. Some of them allow you to pull stuff out from the graveyard or the trash. And this one seemed like the easiest and most straightforward. The market price as of shooting this is 8 cents. Let's see. This one goes for 24 cents and this one goes for 34 cents. So yeah, even these ones, which are alt arts, don't go for that much. The other 2 eggs that we went with was Gurimon from BT8. I should also say that the Demi-Marimons were from BT6. This is from BT8. And these, when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has 6000 DP or more, draw 1 card. And I like this one a lot. I mean, being able to draw some extra cards, because for doing a Pauper style, we don't have a lot of like draw power or search power. So if we can get more cards into our hand, that's going to help us out a lot. This one, a little more on the expensive side at 38 cents. So these 2 together were 76 cents. Now we're getting into the rookies. And I was quite surprised because I found some rookies from a while ago, and I'm like, ooh, I really like these. And so those are the first two rookies that are from a little bit of a while ago. Starting off, we got 4 copies of Penguinmon from BT18. I know it's a little while ago, not that long, but still, it's enough that I kind of forgot about them. 3 play costs, 1 Digivolution cost, 1000 DP. Can Digivolve from red or blue, is dual color blue-red. Your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon or any of your tamers would Digivolve into a multicolor blue or red Digimon card, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. Inherited effect, jamming. Again, I love jamming. So this one, really great down there. Making Digivolution costs a little cheaper, also real nice. So that's why 4 copies of him win in the deck. He currently has a market value of 11 cents, so 44 cents. And then the other one, we got 4 copies of Tinkermon, also from BT18. She's a 3 play cost, 1 Digivolution cost, 1000 DP. Can Digivolve from red or green, is dual color green-red. Has the same top ability, which is your turn once per turn, when this Digimon or any of your tamers would Digivolve into a green or red Digimon cards. Reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. And her inherited effect is piercing. So that's another real nice one where we can take care of something and then hit a security card as well. So yeah, she made it in. Again, she is 11 cents, so 44 cents. Now we've got EX8 Candlemon as our last rookie, who's a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP. Digivolve from level 2 with the NSO trait for a cost of 0. We don't have that. On deletion, gain 1 memory. And inherited effect, your turn, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. I wanted that increase because I like it. We've also got one of the eggs that works along with it. So if this one's down and we get, I think it's Gurimon. Yeah, so like with Gurimon, it'll turn all the champions able to get us some draw some cards, which is really good. And this Candlemon goes for 8 cents, so it is a total of 32 cents. So again, pretty cheap. Now we're getting into the champions, starting us off with 2 copies from BT15 Meramon. And this is a 3 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 4000 DP. Main once per turn, by paying 2 cost, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP. No inherited effect. And as you'll see later, like, not having this inherited isn't going to really be a problem for our main boss monster. But yeah, like, being able to do that, it's alright. I mean, he will be 6,000 at best with that rookie underneath him. But again, his effect is more useful later on. And this one, we only have 2 copies of. So they are 10 cents a piece. So that's 20 cents for both copies, which again, not terrible. Then going much newer, we got 4 copies of Devimon from BT22 Cyber Eden. He's a 5 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 6000 DP. Digivolve from level 3 with a Flame or CS trait for a cost of 2. When Digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer tamers, you may play 1 Jimiken from your hand without paying the cost. Inherited effect, on deletion, you may return 1 Digimon card with the Flame or CS trait from your trash to the hand. This deck was based on Jimiken, so like having the ability to bring him back, great. Having the ability to play one, also good. And there is a rookie that's a Flame type, so we could get that off. So yeah, there's a lot of things that really work with this one, which is why he's in here. And he's only 7 cents, so that is 28 cents for 4 copies. Our next champion is also from BT22. We got the Meramon. And he is a 5 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 5000 DP. Digivolve from level 3 with the Flame or CS trait for a cost of 2. Main once per turn by paying 2 cost. This Digimon gains Raid and Piercing for the turn, then this Digimon may attack. Inherited effect, your turn, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. Again, really works with the flame idea. Giving us a boost in attack is going to be real good later on. And along with the rookie that gives plus 2000, like that would make it 7000. It would pop off the Guris, and when it goes into the ultimate, then it would get plus 4000 if they're both underneath it, which would be really good. And this one again goes for 8 cents, so it is 32 cents for 4 copies. Now we get into the ultimates. And starting us off, we got 4 copies of Blue Marimon from the BT22. He's a 7 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 7000 DP. Can Digivolve from purple or red, is dual color red-purple. Digivolve from a level 4 with the Flame trait or the CS trait for a cost of 3. Alliance, main once per turn by paying 3 cost. You may play 1 play cost 5 or lower Digimon card with the Flame or CS trait from your trash without paying the cost. Then this Digimon may attack. Inherited attack, your turn. This Digimon with the Flame or CS trait gains Alliance. So yeah, more abilities with Flames. Again, this is kind of a Jimmy Ken deck, so makes sense there. It could Digivolve from purple or red. All the cards in this deck are red because I wanted some consistency with the Digivolutions. Some of the other cards, like the Tamers or the option cards, aren't. So that adds some stuff to it, but I wanted to keep like one color like pure just to make sure that we could do everything with this. And we got 4 copies of this one, and he goes only for 6 cents, so it's 24 cents for 4 copies. Next up, we've got Skull Marimon, our boy. And one of them is the release event, because we did pull it, and again, we're going to bling it out when we can. 7 play costs, 4 Digivolution costs, 7000 DP. Can Digivolve from red or purple, is dual color purple-red. Digivolve from level 4 with the Flame or CS trait for a cost of 3. Main once per turn, by paying 3 costs, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. If this effect didn't delete, this Digimon gains security attack plus 1 for the turn. Then this Digimon may attack. On deletion, draw 2 and trash 1 card in your hand. Inherited effect, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with the Flame or CS trait from your trash without paying the cost. Again, real good to be able to get those. Definitely need them in case something happens to the big boy or one of our other playmakers. To be able to bring him back, definitely worth it. And this Skull Marimon normally goes for 9 cents, so it's a total of 36 cents. The pre-release version goes for $3.03, which is just way a lot more. Now we're getting to the Megas. And starting off, we've got 2 copies of BT15 Canondramon. He's a 12 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 12,000 DP. Can Digivolve from black or red, is dual color red-black. End of your turn, once per turn. If your opponent has 4 or more memory, delete one of their Digimon with the lowest DP. End of opponent's turn, once per turn. If you have 4 or less memory, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. So this one I really liked putting in there. Like, I was looking at all the other red ones and I found a couple, like I think there was a Phoenixmon that looked interesting, War Greymon that might have worked, but I went with Canondramon because let's say like we hard play him out. Like, we've got 6 memory, we give the opponent 6, we hard play this guy. Our opponent has 4 or more memory, then we get to delete one of their Digimon with the lowest DP. And now they have a problem because if they ever try to choke us with memory, if they ever try to go like, oh, you're only going to get 1 memory or something like that. End of opponent's turn, once per turn. If you have 4 or less memory, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. So we are actively like going after their big boys if they try to choke us of memory. So I really liked the way that this one was working. I thought it'd be a nice side mega. So, and for 11 cents, that's 22 cents total. So I thought that really worked out pretty well. And then for our main mega, we've got 4 copies of the BT22 Boltmon. He's a 12 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 12,000 DP. Digivolves from red or purple is dual color purple-red. Digivolve from level 5 with the flame or CS trait for a cost of 3. Rush, your turn. This Digimon gains all main effects of its Digivolution cards with the flame trait. When attacking once per turn, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. Assembly -6, 5 flame trait Digimon cards with different card numbers. When this would be played, by placing the specified cards from your trash under it, reduce the play cost. So if we've got 6 different flame or 5 different flame ones in the trash, we play this guy out, we put them all underneath. He goes from a play cost of 12 all the way down to 6. So it's a little more expensive, but the fact that we can bring them back, put them underneath him, and he can get all of their effects, because that is part of his thing, like, works out real well. Which is why this guy was, like, the main one to do. And again, like, he's uncommon. I was just like, ooh, I want to see if I can make this Pauper deck. So, yeah. This is why I made it in there. And right now, they're only 5 cents. And so that's a total of 20 cents for all 4 at the current market price. Now we've got our Tamers, starting off with 2 copies of Jimmy Ken. Of course, the one that we pulled, and we got the release event one that we also pulled when we got all those release packs. He's a 4 play cost. Start of your turn, if you have 2 memory or less, set to 3. Your turn. When your Digimon are played or Digivolve, if any of them have the Flare or CS trait, by suspending this Tamer, activate one of those Digimon's main effects. If this effect activated any effect, gain 1 memory. Security, play this card without paying the cost. I would have liked to put 4 in there. I would have, but he's got the, if you have 2 memory or less, set to 3. So once you get the first one out, you're really only getting that, and then this secondary ability. So I couldn't really justify putting 4 copies in there. So that's why there's only 2. And normally, the normal version of it only goes for 7 cents. This one goes for 65 cents, and this one goes for $3.65. So if they were both the regular copies, that would only be 14 cents to add to the deck. And then we got our other Tamer, Yugo, also from BT22. He's a 3 play cost. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with a CS trait among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Your turn. When any of your Digimon or Tamers with the CS trait would be played, by returning this Tamer to the bottom of the deck, reduce the play cost by 2. And then security, play this card without paying the cost. So yeah, another one where if we hard play Boltmon and this guy's on the field, like, we can return 5 underneath him, then we can return this to the bottom of the deck, and he goes from a play cost of 12 to a play cost of 4, which is great. Love that. And it's a searcher, which there's not much in this deck that can search, which is why I want to put at least 1 source of searching in there. And unfortunately, like, most searchers are at rare or higher. So this guy made it in there. Maybe if you guys are doing this at home, you'll put 4 in, but then you're just like getting that search and they're sticking out on the field until you have to hard play something, which isn't bad. And I mean, you could return multiple of them at the same time. So if these are both out on the field, you could return them both to reduce it by 4. That's totally fine. But Yugo here, he goes for 14 cents each, so that's 28 cents total. Now we're into the option cards, and normally I go from like least expensive to most, or I mean, least expensive to most as far as play costs, I should say. In this case, we're going to go again by sets. So starting off, we've got 2 copies of Glaive Memory Boost all the way from BT6. This is probably the oldest card other than the Demi-Merimons in this deck. And it is a 3 play cost. Main, return 1 purple Digimon card from your trash to your hand. Then place this card in your battle area. Main delay, gain 2 memory. Security, place this card in the owner's battle area. And this one, again, I put in because if we lose Boltmon, we can play this down for 3, send him right back to our hand, and then the following, or that turn, or even the following turn, we could play him back out, use his ability, because he probably had a bunch of stuff underneath him, so you could put all that stuff right back underneath him, play him right back out, or wait till the next turn if you're not in a dire spot, And then instead of being a 6 play cost, using this one, it would be essentially a 4 memory cost. And if you use Yugo with it, that would bring it down to a 2. Speaking of that, something I wanted to really quickly just say is that I did look at other tamers. I didn't see any that were really great. I was looking for ones like if your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. The only one that really stood out to me was Arika, who had that, but then the rest of her text was just like all about Renamon, so she unfortunately didn't make it in. I thought it would be better to have some other option cards in the deck. And Glaive Memory Boost goes for 15 cents each, so that's a total of 30 cents. Next up, we have 4 copies of Curiam Detective Agency from BT22. One of them is the release event version that we pulled. It's a 3 play cost. While you have a CS trait Digimon or Tamer on the field, you can ignore this card's color requirements. Main, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 CS trait card among them to the hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Then place this card in the battle area. Main, delay, gain 2 memory. Security, place this card in the battle area. So this one is one that's going to be just the tiniest bit harder to use because none of our rookies have CS. So we need Jimmy Ken, Yugo, or champions or better out to use this. Otherwise, we're kind of stuck with this in our hand. But that said, like I thought, again, having a searcher, very needed, and gaining 2 memory, also really good. So these normally go for 15 cents each, so a full playset of 4 of them would only be 60 cents. This one is the most expensive card in the deck. It almost is half the value with all the alternate art cards. This one costs $12.94. That is crazy versus the 15 cents. Like, why such a jump? I don't get it. Just for this foil and this release event sticker, I don't understand. The next option card we got is 2 copies of Cyberspace Eden. There are 2 play costs. While you have no face-up security cards, you can ignore this card's color requirement. Security, all turns, all of your Digimon with the CS trait get plus 2000 DP. Main, add the bottom security card to the hand, then place this card face up as the bottom security card. Security, you may play 1 play cost 5 or lower with the CS trait from your hand without paying the cost. This one, again, it's got to be limited to 2 to me, because once you get one of them in your security, there's not a point for a second one, unless there's some way you can shuffle your security stack, which we haven't really seen anything like that yet. If that does happen at some point in time, then I will definitely change how many go in the deck so that you can shuffle them around, hopefully get some higher up. That would just be a logistical nightmare, because if you could imagine for a second, like, having 5 security cards and, like, being able to have them like this, and then you have to shuffle them. Like, how do you shuffle that without someone knowing? Like, you would literally have to call a judge over, and they would have to shuffle the cards underneath the table, play them out, just deal them like boom, 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 boom. It would just be a nightmare. So I don't think that's ever going to happen, which is why, again, only 1 copy in the deck. And these normally go for 9 cents, so altogether, 18 cents for 2 copies. And then the final card of the deck, which comes from EX4 Trident Gaia. It is an 8 play cost. Main, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP. If a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more is deleted by this effect, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Security, activate this card's main effect. So yeah, we get to take out one of the big guys on the opponent's field. Like, it is the biggest guy on their field, go away. If it was 13,000 DP or more, then we get to trash the top card of their security stack. That is really great. And this one would also combo with Canondramon, so that's cool too. I only put 2 in there because it is that 8 play cost, so this is kind of like one of those like Hail Marys, get myself back in the game kind of situations. So I didn't want to put more than 2 copies in the deck. But these ones go for 12 cents each, so the pair of them make 24 cents. And with that, we have looked at all the cards in the Pauper deck. They're in sleeves, they're kind of slipping around a bit. So, if you built this deck without any of the alternate arts, how much would it cost you? At market value, right now, $5.76. And for me, that's a real good deck. Like, for just rolling up, like you forget your cards, you're just having friendly locals, they got a giant bulk bin. You build this, like, yeah, that's a real good deck to like just roll up and play. Like, sure, you're not gonna take out anyone who's playing like a real competitive, like I'm testing out this new meta deck. But if you're just rolling up with friends and you guys are just having a fun time, I think this would be a very good deck for that. As far as with all the alternate arts and stuff like that, or the pre-release, like, again, this one, it's almost half the value. It comes out to $26.34 with all of that, which to me, kind of crazy. Like, that is still, like, if you got it the exact same one that I did, to be under, like, 30 bucks, like, and again, like, most of it came from the QRAM. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, you can build this deck for under $6. And this is a deck that I would play. Like, I do want to take this somewhere and try it out, see how it works. Like, or if there's a Pauper format that someone's doing, like, I would like to try this. I think that this one could do all right there. But let me know what you guys think about this deck down in the comments below. Did I make any mistakes? Should I have put something else in? Should I have taken something else out? Let me know. Before we head out, as we always do, we have to open up some cards, and we've got more packs of this special release Memorial Pack. Last time we pulled Ties Growing Up, so let's see if we can get a New World, Patamon's Confession, or DNA Digivolution Hearts United, because any of those would be super cool to get. Because I do actually have another one of Ty that I got way before. Hey, a New World, nice. Okay. 0 cost, main. If you have a Mimi in play, you may play a Palamon from your hand without paying its memory cost. To return one of your Mimi cards to its owner's hand. Security, add this card to your owner's hand. I mean, I don't understand, like, what is the point of it? I mean, I suppose they're trying to, like, if there's Mimis with on-play abilities, like, you bring it back to the hand for free and then place it back down for its play cost. I don't think that's good enough. Like, I don't know. Not a fan of it. But yeah, there you go. We got a card open. You checked out the deck that I built. Again, let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a good old thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you haven't, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. The algorithm loves it. Don't forget to hit the bell icon because we upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.